Hey gang, I was talking to Heather yesterday about one of our pro reps that is, struggling to get going in her business. And so I was talking to our pro rep about that, asking her what she was running into, what were her obstacles or objections that she was running into. Because she was asking me what she needs to do to build this business. And I asked her if she'd made a list, and she started making a list, but I asked her if she'd written everyone down from her phone, all the contacts in her phone, and she hadn't. So she was prejudging basically. She would go through her list and think, no, this person would want to do it, or this person's too busy, or whatever it is. She was prejudging. So I thought, well, you're prejudging people, so how can you expect people not to prejudge you? And I said, plus, if you're prejudging that person, you're selling. You're thinking of this as selling something. And so I said, if you tell a friend, family member, coworker, acquaintance, if you tell them about a great movie or a great restaurant, if they don't go to that movie, go see that movie, or if they don't go to that restaurant, does that upset you? Does that bother you? Do you take that personally? Probably not. But if they do go see that movie or do go eat at that restaurant, do you benefit from that? No. That restaurant or movie doesn't pay you to send them there. So that's how you need to look at the healthy home businesses. Hey, you're referring someone to what you're passionate about, what you are excited about, what you like. If they don't go and buy the products or become a member, it doesn't hurt you. But if they do go on there and buy or become a member, it does benefit you. So there's really no loss. There's only gain. When you share this with someone, you can't lose. It's either going to stay the same or it's going to get better. If they join or buy, it's going to get better. If they don't do anything, it doesn't hurt you. Everything's just like it was before. They hadn't joined, so they weren't already in. So hopefully that makes sense. But she said, okay, well, what if I'm talking to someone new and we're just talking about what we do for a living. We just get introduced maybe through a friend or something, and I'm asking them, because I always tell everybody, hey, when you talk to someone, when you call them, especially someone you hadn't talked to in a while, just don't call them and say, hey, you need to hear about Healthy Home, or ooh, hey, I've got something that you need to look into. Business opportunity, income opportunity. Everyone just automatically prejudges. They think, I don't want to, they're going to, a lot of people say no based on their perception of the truth. And here's a great example. If I offered you $1 million to jump out of an airplane without a parachute, would you do it? Well, everyone I asked that question to says no. But what I didn't tell you was the airplane is sitting on the ground. So you said no to $1 million based on your perception of what you thought I was asking you. So everyone's going to prejudge. That's just human nature. But obviously, they would have turned down a big deal without having all the information. So all you're doing really is here to educate people. And again, whether they do it or don't do it, if they do it, great, it benefits you. If they don't do it, it doesn't matter. Everything's still the same. So getting back to when she meets someone new and, she's asking them, well, what do you do for a living? Typical questions that people ask. And then when that person returns the question and says, what do you do for a living? I told her what she needs to say is, instead of saying something like, oh, I'm in this home-based business, these are great products, you would probably really like them. Don't say that. Just say, when someone says, so what do you do? Oh, I get to live out my passion. What I'm so passionate about, I get to do that for a living. And stop right there. Don't say anything else. Let them ask you, really? Well, what do you do? I teach people how to rid their home of all the toxins in their house. Shut up. Don't say anything else from there. Let them engage you and say, really, well, how do you do that? then that opens the door because now they're asking questions. There's no perception, there's no prejudging, they're not putting their guard up because you're hitting them up about a business. So if you haven't talked to somebody in a long time, a friend, call them and don't say, hey, I've got something I need to tell you about. Call them and just say, hey, how's the family? How's life? How's work? Because she always says, how do you bring it up in conversation? And I don't bring it up in conversation purposely. It really comes up accidentally because I ask people questions about their life, their work, their family, what they've been doing for fun lately, and I just listen. And when something comes up that they say opens the door for me to bring up Healthy Home, that's when I interject it, because then that way it comes up naturally. I'm not calling them and just hitting them up with it right out of the gate. So anyway, hope these little tips help. I just wanted to share that with you because she was so inspired after we had that talk that she felt like she had, new ammunition, if you will, to be able to go out and share what she really is so passionate about. So it's just kind of all in how you bring it up. And so just wanted to share that with you guys. Talk to you soon.